Hi everybody, welcome to my homestead and welcome to my channel. We're on my front porch. Just wanted to show you our Halloween decorations that we have up. Halloween is just around the corner, and unfortunately it is on Sunday this year. So I'm never really too happy when that's the case. Already not too big of a fan of Halloween. I mean, we celebrate it. We're not one of those people that, think that you shouldn't celebrate like any of the holidays, especially Halloween, because of what it's rooted in and stuff like that. I mean, the church does, right? We have trunk or treats that we do at the ward or the church building, and I think that's maybe going a little bit too extreme when you don't celebrate it at all. I think it's okay to do. But, I think there's a lot of other people like me that just don't really, we don't really vibrate on that same level as some people do when it comes to Halloween. Hi, you guys. We're gonna go get some eggs in the chicken coop right now. Everybody's out and about. Normally around this time of day, everybody would be inside because it's the warmest part of the day, but it's nice and cool this week, and actually the temperatures are finally starting to drop down. In fact, one of the lows for this upcoming 7 days is going to be down to 39. Hi. Maybe I'll give you some. I'll get you some grain in just a little bit. Let me do eggs first. So, yeah, Halloween. All growing up, my mom did a really good job with like the holidays, and holidays have always been important to me in my life. I think they really add to the feeling in your home when you celebrate the holidays. It's a good family thing to do. And I've always enjoyed Halloween, but like as I've gotten older, oh, someone's in there. Hey, do you mind if I get those eggs that you're on right now? Gross. There must have been an egg that cracked in there. That's okay. Grab that. I'm sorry. You can keep laying eggs. Just let me grab the ones that you're on top of right now. Some of these hens will actually peck at you. Dang it! I really wish that there's that one of them wouldn't have cracked open. I can see it there. Hate it when that happens. Hey, are there any more? Yeah. Are you helping me with the eggs, Milo? Sorry. This is taking my concentration to do this. Okay. See a couple more back there. Grab that. And there was one back here. That actually is pretty big. You can't really tell by looking at it, but comparing it to the other eggs. Okay, you can continue. Anyway, my family, we've always celebrated Halloween, but as I've grown up and started a family of my own, it's just like kind of become more and more kind of like disturbing to me, I guess. Now that I have kids, and especially like going to places like Spirit, the Halloween store, those like temporary stores that pop up around Halloween. I'm going to rinse my fingers off. Um, a lot of the costumes and stuff are just like getting more and more kind of like horrific, like in a bad way, like very not wholesome and derived from scary movies, horror movies, which is another thing that I'm not really that big of a fan of. You know, it's fun to get scared. I like getting startled, you know, but I don't like stuff that's like genuinely terrifying and scary. It just kind of brings a dark spirit. And so for me and my family, we're all about celebrating Halloween, but we don't do any of the horrific stuff. We don't do like blood and gore, and we don't do skulls. Definitely don't do the devil, which, you know, and I'm not trying to like upset anybody, because I know there's people that really, really like Halloween, but, you know, I feel like sometimes it goes too far. Like, I'm always kind of surprised when you go to a ward function, like a ward Halloween party, and there's like somebody there dressed up like the devil. Even if it is like that, you know, classic, you know, non-realistic devil, you know, with all the red and the tail and the pitchfork and stuff like that. That's obviously not what Satan would actually look like, but it still brings that kind of like dark spirit. And it's like, I don't find it funny. I don't find it tasteful, especially dressing up like that and coming to church. You know, it's just, I don't know. And the thing that disturbs me is that it feels like there's a lot of people that kind of just like revel in that kind of stuff. Like they like really genuinely enjoy themselves, like dressing up like these like evil things, whether it's the devil or something from a horror movie. Again, skull imagery and blood, suffering. It's just, it's not, I don't know. What do you guys think about it? I know some people are probably gonna be like, oh, it's no big deal. It's all in fun. But, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's a little bit more than just fun. Like, I feel like it kind of reveals a certain part of people's, well, their psychology and who they really are, you know? Like, just think about, for example, you know, you have horror movies, and a lot of times they depict really graphic and disturbing things, and like that's supposed to be entertainment, is watching fictional people be tortured or injured in really horrible ways. Like, I don't really find that entertainment. If you do, then I have to kind of like ask, like, that's the kind of thing that you enjoy? And of course you're going to be like, probably say like, well, not in real life, I would never do that. But the fact that that's like part of your fantasy, I don't know. I don't know. I definitely, I don't like watching people suffer. I don't like watching people be scared. That's mostly because I feel like I'm an empathetic person. In other words, I'm able to put myself in other people's shoes, and I want the best for them. And even if it's fiction, I don't know. There's a certain line where it is fun and entertaining, but then it goes past a certain point where it's like, that's a little bit too disturbing. And it's like, even though it's just pretend, it's like, really dark thoughts, really dark fantasies. So, that's something I always just kind of, notice among my friends, my family, people at church, is like, are you someone that gets really, really giddy about Halloween? And if you do, what kind of things are you doing? What kind of costumes are you wearing? This one's cracked. I'll just throw it out here. Here, you guys. There you go. If you want it. They usually eat it. So, you know, there's like different things. There's obviously the gore, and just like kind of like the evil parts of Halloween in horror movies. But even just in general, like Halloween, it's a time where you can essentially pretend to be somebody that you're not. And I don't think that's really good either. I mean, not that it's not okay for Halloween, you know. I'm okay with wearing costumes and stuff. Excuse me, Elaine. But there are people in this world that are not genuine people. Their real life is like Halloween. They constantly put on fake. They have like a facade, a fake facade that they want the world to see. You know, they're like chameleons. They'll adapt to whatever social environment they're in. Sometimes they'll be whatever you want them to be if they're trying to get something from you. They're fake. They're fake. And Halloween allows those people to, you know, go that little bit further, even though it's all in good fun. It's like, you can tell that some people kind of really wish that they were whatever it is that they're dressing up as. Sorry, Elaine. Let me just get these eggs really quick. Oh, you're heavy. And you know, I'll just go ahead and say it. These are more, a lot of them are narcissists. People that are not genuine. They're not real. They don't produce their own feelings of self-worth. They're not genuine in their interactions with other people. Their life is based around getting attention, praise, validation, whatever, from other people, and they'll do whatever they got to do to do that. You know, you might have people at church that are like, you know, like the Pharisees, like if you're born into like a Jewish culture back at the time of Christ, and you want to feel special, you want to get attention, you want to get praise, you want to get honor, you want to get power, you want to get control, then it's like, okay, well, I was born a Jew, so in order to rise up in society, I need to be really religious. I need to make sure I'm getting my religious you know, credit, so I need to go and pray on the street so that people can see me. I need to make sure that I'm always badgering everybody about the commandments and how to live them, because that way I'll establish myself as an authority on the law, and that'll make me popular and people will listen to me. That's what some people, what they want in life. So anyway, I'm just saying that Halloween, I feel like it's a narcissist holiday more than anything. It's a time to pretend to be something that you aren't. It's also a time to enjoy fear and pain and suffering and evil. You know, I'm sure that you've had this thought too, how it's like, it's interesting from an LDS perspective, these holidays, because you have Halloween, which would kind of correspond with the Celestial Kingdom, And I don't think that this is just like, and this is a United States thing, but I think that there actually is kind of something to it, the way that the Lord planned everything, the way that, you know, because he influences our affairs and he influences our society, and he probably had some hand in establishing some of these holidays or allowing them to be in this order. You know, so you have Halloween that would kind of correspond with the celestial kingdom, where all the bad people are going to go. And then you have Thanksgiving, which is definitely much more wholesome and better than Halloween. It's about giving thanks and being with family. But then the highest holiday of those three, probably the most holy one, being Christmas, corresponding to the celestial kingdom and being all about Christ and about love and being kind to your fellow man, right? It's like Christmas is basically the exact opposite of Halloween. So that's why I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of Halloween. I'm still gonna have fun with it, you know. I think it's fun every year, and I like to wear costumes sometimes. I haven't really done it so much the last couple years. I've been too busy with, you know, real life and not willing to spend that much money to have a good costume. But if I start making some more money, maybe I'll invest some more money into it. But, you know, we do it. We have our decorations, but we put up Christmas early. I feel like psychologically it's important for my wife, for various reasons, so I don't mind putting up Christmas early. I enjoy the spirit that it brings. I like the aesthetics of it. Hey, how are you? This is our bowl. We're actually, if you've been watching the channel for a while, we've been thinking about selling. Oh, nice, Daisy. I'm glad that I got that on tape. Anyway, we've been thinking about selling these cows for Christmas, actually, because we need some money for Christmas. But I think we're actually going to try and keep them. We might just like sell some of our other stuff and raise some money really quick. And then we have a chicken over there that's not supposed to be on that side of the fence. You know, I really do want to breed her with him. These are dairy cows. Jerseys are dairy cows. And I want to get that milk. I want to follow through with our plan. And then the smaller one over there, right there, that's going to be our meat cow. We had our other one that was about the same age as her that died recently. Come on, go. Go. We had the other one that died recently. She caught pneumonia, and it's all our fault because specifically with bottle calves that aren't on their mom, they're more susceptible to getting sick, and specifically pneumonia and some other things. And you know, it suddenly got cold, it rained, and then that's when she started coughing, and we should have acted right away and gotten our given her shot for that. But we didn't. You know, we waited a couple days, and by that point it was too late. You have to act immediately. So now we're down to our 2 dairy cows and then just 1 meat cow. I'm thinking that probably sometime early next year, once we get our van fixed, we'll probably get another bottle calf, probably a meat cow. So speaking of cows, why don't we go ahead and feed these 2. I won't be able to feed, well, I might be able to feed the other one. It might be hard to do with just one hand, but let's give it a try. So yeah, that's how I feel about Halloween. I don't like seeing the Halloween in other people specifically. I like the wholesome side of Halloween, but I don't like seeing that dark side in other people, because, like, you know, it's a time when, you know, it's officially okay, quote unquote, to indulge in some of those scary things, or, you know, these desires. You can kind of like mask it because, oh, it's okay. But I think you can really still tell with people when they like genuinely get giddy about horror and suffering and blood and evil, and then those who are just wholesomely celebrating the holiday. If Halloween were to go away, I would not mind that at all. I would totally be okay with that. I hope that's the case in the millennium, honestly. Although I'm wondering if we're even gonna like celebrate Christmas during the millennium, because like maybe Christ will want us to, I don't know, celebrate the day of the official second coming to the Jews. No, stop, I'm getting it. Get that bucket there, this bucket here, open this. We're feeding them sweet feed. It's not the highest in protein, but like we haven't been feeding them grain for a while, and I want to get them a little bit heavier. And so we're gonna start with sweet feed, and then we'll probably move up to something with more protein. I know I keep talking about getting hay in this on my channel, and I'm not exactly sure what type we're going to get, but we'll probably get something that's a little bit higher in protein. Okay, I got one for you too. Okay. Watch out, Jack. Jack, you know I have to come through in order to do this. Come over here. Okay, there we go. So I'd really like to know your thoughts about Halloween. Am I just being too strict, or do you kind of agree with what I'm saying? Have you seen this in other people where you yourself kind of get disturbed just how happy or giddy people get about horror movies and Halloween, like the darker side of Halloween? I'd be interested to know. Now, let's go ahead and feed Vivian here. We got her this, it's called Creep, and as you can see, it's 12%. That means 12% protein. And this is what you start them out with, and then you work up the protein as they grow to like 14, 16%. So let's get her some of this. Don't need a whole lot. She's only been, maybe a little bit more. She's only been weaned, I don't know how long now, a few weeks, maybe about a month. She's starting to get used to eating the grain. We should have been feeding her the Creep before now, as she was on the bottle, but it'll be okay. Hey, come over this way. Hey, hello, over here. Come on. You got to bring her over this way. Okay, so I'm gonna put this bucket, come over this way, put this bucket right here, and then I'm gonna move those guys over here, I use this carabiner to keep these two gates together. Oh, I'll try and do it one-handed. It's hard. Come on. Come on. Okay, I did it. Yay. Yay, I did it. Okay, now I'm going to swing this way. I'm going to get Daisy here. Hey, watch out. You have to respect the power of these animals. No, Daisy. No, that wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, you come this way. Come this way. Come this way. Okay, now I'm going to move Daisy over. Here, come this way. We've done this a couple times now, Daisy. You know the drill. Okay, there we go. Come this way. But don't tip the bucket, please. Oh, oh, come on, almost there. Okay, I got it. Now, I'm gonna close this. Oh, as I start to get all sweaty. Come on, go in there. There. And that way, when they're done, they're not going to come over here and push Vivian out of the way. Whew. That was a little bit of a workout, you guys. I'm going to keep this closed. Yeah, so, but yeah, the thing I do love about Halloween, though, is the candy. I'll tell you that. Not that I need any more candy. I already weigh 1,000 pounds. After I got out of the army, I swore to myself that I would never work out again. Which isn't true. I've been to the gym. There's a small gym here in town that we can go to. It's pretty cheap, but I stopped going when they started mandating that you wear masks while you work out. I'm not going to wear a mask while I work out, you guys. I'm not, but at some point when we have a little bit more money, probably going to start going back. I need to take care of my body, but I do love the candy. I am one of those people that like candy corns. I like all candy, you know. I'll even eat black licorice. I'm not a fan of black licorice, but it's okay. I think it's all right. It's kind of odd, actually, but the only one I don't really like are those kind of they're not taffy. I don't know what they're called, but they kind of look about like taffy. They come in those like black and orange wrap, and it's like a plain wrap, and they're kind of like I don't know what you call them, but they're not that great. Those are always the ones that you trade away. I don't know if you guys ever did it, but like me and my brother, we would always come home and after trick-or-treating and trade candies, and so everyone got what they wanted to. And I'd always try and get like the Twizzlers, like Smarties. I like what are they called? No, Sweet Tarts, Skittles, Twix, definitely Twix, and Reese's. Both Reese's peanut butter cups and Reese's anything. I love Reese's. Hershey's stuff I'm not like too big on, but it's okay. I like Snickers. I'm okay with Three Musketeers, but I'd prefer to have Snickers or Milky Way. I think probably Milky Way is my favorite out of those ones. What are your favorite candies? Oh, she's all done now. She's gonna kick Jack out of the way because she's bigger. Sorry, Jack, she ate it all. Well, there's like a tiny bit you might be able to get. So Halloween is fun. We have a trunk or treat coming up this week. We're gonna participate in it. It's gonna be a good time. But yeah, we stay away from anything that's like evil looking, anything that has to do with the devil or demons. We stay away from skull imagery. Don't really do the blood. Well, maybe with costumes we do a little bit of the blood, like if it's like a vampire or something like that. I'm okay with that. And of course, this is all going to be kind of like everyone's personal preference, right? And what you feel comfortable with. So yeah, I guess we would do maybe a little bit of blood, but nothing that looks like really graphic or horrific. We also, we stay away from like the poop stuff too. There's like the poop emoji that's really popular right now. Hey, Daisy, how about no? No. That's for Vivian. I'm gonna move this up a little bit. That should help. Yeah, at a previous war, there was somebody that dressed up as the poop emoji, and I was just like, seriously? Like, we're at church right now. Like, even though we're outside, we're on church grounds, and like, yes, it's Halloween, but I feel like that's going too far. I'm not huge into like potty humor or sex humor. I feel like that's... Stop. Okay, we'll go one more up, then you won't be able to get in there at all. Daisy, you had enough. You're good. Go eat some grass. Go do something else. Go hang out with the chickens. So anyway, like I feel like a lot of that stuff can be classified as loud laughter, right? You've heard that before. Avoiding loud laughter, and I think it's just like that really rude humor. They talk about it in the Book of Mormon when they were on the ship, and Laman and Lemuel were partying and being rude, and there was I don't think it said it like this, but it seemed like there was loud laughter going on with what was going on there. And so, like, of course, like when you're a family, of course you joke about like farting or stuff like that, but it's kind of a fine line. You can't really define it too well, or maybe if you can, let me know. How do you define it? But I feel like there's a line there too when it comes to potty humor. Sometimes it can kind of be wholesome, but sometimes it just like goes beyond that and it's inappropriate. And I feel like the whole poop emoji thing is, for me, it crosses that line. And especially wearing that kind of costume to church, just I would feel very uncomfortable doing that. And there's actually something kind of deeper to that. I don't have any sources, so that for right now, just take this with a grain of salt. But that our bodies are compared to the temple, that they are temples to our spirits, that they're the Holy Ghost can't be with us because if we're being unrighteous, because it won't be in unclean temples. And so anyway, there's a big connection between bodies and temples, and like literally, because you've probably seen this before, how the way that the ancient temple was laid out, it's like the Holy of Holies would represent the head of the body. The Ark of the Covenant would be like the brain, the holy place, which was outside the Holy of Holies, would be more like maybe like your torso kind of area. The baptismal font, or as it's referred to in the Old Testament, I think it's called the Brazen Sea. That's like a birthing area, a place where you're born, right? And so when you think about the temple, it's like a body that's laying down. And after Christ came, all that changed, because now our temples, instead of like laying down like they're dead, it's like now they're standing up, because the celestial room which would be representative of being in the presence of God, and essentially like the Holy of Holies. It's now the highest room in the temple. So it's as though that body that was laying down, that was essentially kind of dead, is now, after Christ came, is now alive and standing up. And the baptismal font, which again would be the birthing area, right, is now underground. So it's like the temple is now in like an upright position, symbolically and metaphorically speaking, and kind of literally too. So, and we know that there's the 3 degrees of glory, right? They're going to be those that actually enter into the presence of God, in that the Holy of Holies, the celestial kingdom. There's going to be those that are terrestrial, that would, I guess, kind of correspond with the holy place, but not allowed to come into the presence of the Father. And then you have the outer court, which belongs to the Gentiles. It belongs to the celestial kingdom. But then, so that's like, that makes up the body, right? That makes up the body. But there's a certain group that aren't even part of the body. They are thrown into outer darkness. And you might find this silly, or it may sound silly, but I think that that's kind of like, it's like poop. It's like when we go to the bathroom, when you're feasting, right, when you're eating, that food literally becomes a part of you somewhere. It ends up somewhere in your body. But there is a remnant that just is waste. It's like no good for anything at all. And then we get rid of that waste, and it gets flushed down the toilet. And so that would be the group of people that Satan is a part of, and all of his followers. And then, of course, there's going to be the sons of perdition that came here to mortality and then became a son of perdition, and that they're going to inherit the same fate, like Judas Iscariot. And essentially, they're going to be pooped out. There's no other way to really say that. And I don't mean to be graphic. So it's like when it comes to poop and the poop emoji, and like there's like so many, like there's like all these kid games nowadays, like board games that have to do with poop. Like it's really disgusting. It's like a thing that's on the rise. And I view it as like there's like something more behind just, oh, it's funny, it's poop. There's kind of a darker spirit behind all that, is my feeling. So anyway, whatever. So hopefully everyone has a good Halloween, a good wholesome Halloween. Please don't indulge in evil and bad and suffering of others and fear. Fear's not a good thing. Suffering's not a good thing. Evil is definitely not a good thing. Just try and keep it wholesome. Make it a good tradition for your family, something that will be edifying, rather than, well, the opposite, taking you down a bad path. It is just one day of the year, but there's a lot of effort that's put into it. You know. Oh, and just one more thing I want to hit on. I do not like the Nightmare Before Christmas at all. Because it's just another monstrosity of a creation that's come from Hollywood. And even though, Christmas gets saved in the end, like the main purpose of the movie is to like show you, oh, what would it be like if Halloween took over? So you could be like, oh, what would it be like if the Celestial Kingdom, or if Satan took over, and wouldn't that be so fun? And it's just like, you can enjoy it. I'm not saying that you're bad if you like it, but I just personally, for those reasons, I'm not a big fan of that movie. I don't like anything that mixes Halloween and Christmas together. I really don't. Oh, and another thing, I've done like a Halloween video kind of like this before, but I guess this is kind of more in depth. I'm also, I think it's inappropriate to dress as people from other religions, like nuns or priests, or the pregnant nun costume, just because, like, even though that's not our religion, it's like not very nice to them, right? They may not have the fullness of the gospel, but a lot of people that are Catholic and other religions, they are trying to do their best. And they probably, some of them, the ones that are really true, that are simply deceived, they will end up with us in the celestial kingdom. And then some of them will simply end up in the terrestrial kingdom. But like anything that's like sacrilegious, even if it's like another religion, I feel like that's in really bad taste. And it's again, it's kind of sacrilegious to God, because, you know, that is the way that they think that they should be worshiping, and it's sincere. And it, like, when we when we do that, when we dress up as those other religions and make it all a joke, it's mockery, essentially. It's mockery of somebody else's genuinely held beliefs about our Heavenly Father. And so I'm not a big fan of that either. Okay, so I'm going to end it here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you had a good time with me out here in the pasture and in the chicken coop and feeding the cows. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe, like this video if you liked it, hit the notification bell. Leave your comments with all your thoughts about Halloween. If you think I'm wrong, or if you have any additional thoughts, or if you agree, or whatever. And I'll talk to you guys later.